Hey, this is Johnny Beane. Hey, hey, this is well, I just said who I am. Who are you? Hey, I'm sitting here with David Nesdahl and Rob Johnson, and look at this. We're like spawning spawning guitars. No, we each have an Ernie Ball Music Man, Eddie Van Halen guitar, and I figured we would jump on here and just talk about, our guitars maybe. Talk a little bit. I'm going to share some links to some of the Facebook groups so some people can check this out. So I'll be right back. But hey, you guys can talk for a minute.
Cool. All right. How's it going, Dave?
Good. How you doing, bud?
We're hanging in there. We're hanging in there. So tell me about your guitar. How long you had that one? What is it?
It's a 95. I got it recently. I think I've had it for 5 or 6 months, maybe.
Yep.
And it doesn't even have a scratch on it. It's pretty. It's interesting. It's not very heavy either. A lot of these things are pretty heavy for what they are, and this one's very light. And it's really a nice quill top. I was very lucky to find this.
Yeah, that's nice.
At the Music Zoo here in New York. Funny thing is, I look on their website every day, and I looked this one day, and on the top of the website was this guitar, and luckily my sales guy is a friend of mine, so I called him at home, and I was like, I said, I hate bothering you at home when it comes to this, but I know someone's gonna get it,
Yeah.
someone's gonna snag it on eBay because it was all their guitars are on eBay. So
Right.
I said you got to put a hold on it. So he can get to the computer, his work computer from home. So he put a hold on it while he was at home. And the next day I went and got it. I paid $2,500 for it.
Yeah.
I even said, "Is that a misprint?" Because these things are like $3,000 to $4,000.
Oh yeah.
He
All
said,
day long.
"No, the guy that brought it in really wanted to sell it quickly. It was on consignment." And I said, "I'll take it. I'll give you the money tomorrow. Just put it on hold right now."
Yeah.
And by the time I had gotten into the store the next day, he said 3 other guys had asked if it was in stock.
Doesn't surprise me.
So, yeah, I was lucky to get it. And, of course, as soon as I got it, I put the 5150 stickers on it and turned the pickup around and took the back plate off and,
Oh, yeah.
did the whole stupid Van Halen thing that we all do to it.
Yeah.
And put a The funny thing is, I asked them. I hadn't looked in the case yet, so I had asked if they had a detuner in stock. Like I had gone home, I was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot. You have a detuner in stock?" He says, "Why don't you look in the case?" And I looked in the case, and there it was. There was
Yeah.
a detuner in the case. I was like, "That was amazing. It was so cool."
It's like icing on the cake, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
And
cool.
it works great. I don't know if you can hear that at all, but man,
Yeah.
it works perfectly.
Oh yeah. 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 You got the right strap eyelets on there and everything.
Yeah, yep. I put those on. I did the whole 9 yards. I put these washers that are underneath the eyelets. They're called Fender Washers. And
Yeah.
it's funny that they're called Fender Washers because it has nothing to do with Fender guitars. But they're called Fender Washers, and it's the right size too. It's about the size of a quarter.
Yeah, see, mine are a little smaller on mine. It looks like yours are the right ones. Yeah, where'd you get yours?
At Ace Hardware.
Okay. Cool, I'll have to check that out, because I could never tell what size those washers were. They're about the size of a quarter.
They're about the size of a quarter.
Yeah.
And you got to ask for the stainless steel ones because the other ones will rust.
Okay.
They have them in the back. If you have an Ace Hardware, go just grab a guy and they're in the back.
Okay. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. Just actually off the road a little bit, so that's cool. Yeah, mine is also an original EVH Music Man. I don't know if you can see the quilt on it. It's
Sure.
a nice top on it. This one is also a 95. Let's see. Yeah, my blue one is a 93.
Mm-hmm.
But this one, yeah, that's right. This one's a 95. I've owned, I think, I've owned like 3 or 4 of the Axis EXs over the years, and as far as original Eddie Van Halen music bands, I think this is like my 5th. And I've had them for the last 10 or 12 years, and I would sell them and buy a Wolfgang, or then I'd go back, whatever. And then about 2 years ago, one of the guys on VH Links was selling this one. It was a steal. It was just like, I think he wanted like $2,200, and I was just like, I called him up and I'm like, dude, I'll take it. Just no problem. So I knew who he was. I said, what's the condition like? And he said, I think he said it's almost immaculate. I mean, I think it has. There's no buckle rash in the back or anything. There's one tiny little nick, tiny little nick right here. You can't even see it. And other than that, this guitar is like, I mean, it's like brand new. The deck is in great shape. I mean, I think he just had it I think he was the second owner, the first guy that had it. Didn't do anything with it, never played it, just left it in the case. And I think he had it for, 5 or 6 years and just never played it. So I ended up getting it. And, of course, same thing. As soon as I got it, 5150 stickers go on. I put a D-tuner on it. I left the original Music Man Floyd on it. I know Eddie at one time had an original, Floyd, but I kind of
but only for a minute he had that on.
Yeah, right.
He put a Music Man one on and left it on pretty much the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of went back and forth. I know Johnny has an original Floyd on his, and
yeah,
I kind of like the Music Man Floyd, so I didn't switch that out. Put the eyelets on. Let's see, what else did I do? Flop the pickup around. Actually, I did that very recently. I just been, lazy with that. The one thing I did do on this one is I put a FU big brass block in it.
Adam Reaver. Hello, Adam Reaver.
Yeah, absolutely. Adam set me up big time on this one, and all my big blocks come from Adam. He's been awesome. I got him on my 5150 Kramer. I got him on this. I got one on my my 2015, replica Stealth that I just did a few months ago. Anyways, yeah, this has been a great guitar. I mean, I'll tell you what. I mean, one thing about these music bands, there's quite a debate. I mean, I'm a fan of the PV Wolfgangs. Like Johnny, I also agree. I think the necks on the PV Wolfgangs are a little thick. They're hard to get used to.
Right.
I like them. I definitely like them. But I'll tell you what. This neck on this guitar. I mean, nothing. It just feels like butter. It just plays like butter. And I mean, the action. I mean, everything. I mean, it's. Everything on this guitar, I just love, and it's kind of funny because I've been a huge fan of this guitar ever since Eddie started playing them. And I love the PVs. The EVH line is great. I hate to say it, but I'm going to say it. I don't think the guitars have ever lived up to the Music Man. I just don't. I mean, and that's just my opinion. Nothing more than that. I think Eddie had a grand slam when he made this guitar. It was just freaking awesome. And I still say, no matter what anybody says, there's still Music Mans in the PV Wolfgangs and in the EVH. I still say he still uses this design in a lot of ways.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing that I don't like about it is the vintage frets. I wish it came with big threats.
Yeah.
But I didn't change them on this one because they're virtually unmarked. They're in perfect shape. So why? I'm not going to rip these out until they need to be ripped out and changed. But when that happens, I'll put big frets in.
I agree with you totally on that, Dave. I thought the same thing. I mean, the frets on this guitar were like brand new when I got it. And it just seems so senseless to rip them out until it needs it. But when I ever do get a refret on this, they are going to have those on there, no doubt.
What's your serial number?
Let's see. Mine is...
Should you be saying that?
Who cares? We own them.
Yeah, we don't. 84358.
Yours is earlier than mine. Mine is 87882.
Huh. Yep.
Mine's earlier than both of you dudes.
Yeah. Yours like what? Yours like 81.
I have the youngest guitar, and I'm the youngest guy here, I think.
You're the oldest guitar.
Oh yeah, I'm the oldest guitar, but I'm the youngest guy here.
The youngest guy with the oldest guitar.
Yeah, I don't want to say what mine is because It might be hot. No, I'm just kidding. No, I didn't talk about mine. Yeah, mine's a 92. Yeah, mine's a 92. Well, the serial starts with 82.
Yep.
And I got it in 92. So it's at least, well, actually, if you take the neck off, you can actually see the date on the body.
Right.
The body actually says when it was made or whatever. But yeah, mine. Oh, sorry. Speaking about frets, yeah, mine need to be redone. Mine are just jacked. You know, you saw that video I did the other day for somebody. Somebody asked me, if I, if I did that on purpose. I'm like, no.
Yeah, but that neck looks so awesome.
You know? Oh, and this is it cleaned up. This neck has been just nasty for years and years and years. But yeah, my frets are just like messed. I don't know if you can. You probably can't see the things in them, but yeah, this guitar I got in December '92. I remember. And whoa. What? I don't know. I mean, I kind of already explained the guitar in that other video.
Yeah.
I stuck a Floyd Rose on there, an original Floyd, because the other bridge, because my hands, they get wet when I play. These things got totally rusted on the original bridge. It was impossible to change the strings.
Yeah.
You know, these little blocks would get stuck, you know. But yeah, just to recap, yeah, I flipped the pickup around in '93, I guess it would have been. What? I don't even know.
That's cool. Now you're using a flame top, right? Is that a flame or a quill?
Oh, I don't know.
I think that's a flame top, isn't it, Dave?
What does it look like?
I think it's a little bit of both. It's more it's this flame in it, but I think it's cloudy. I think it's like a cloud.
If you can see it, there you can see it right there.
Yeah, flame top.
It's always been kind of a weird. I was actually supposed to get a different one. I was supposed to get a different guitar. This was from the San Jose Guitar Center, is where this came from. I was supposed to get another guitar originally, the same color, but the sales guy, this one came in, and the sales guy thought this one had a better top on it.
Yeah.
Than the one I was supposed to get originally. So this is the one I got.
Nice.
Yeah, and I stuck these stickers on here. You know, back I want to say like maybe 10, 11 years ago.
Yep.
Maybe. What else? I don't have a big block on mine, although I guess I should.
I don't have a big block on mine either, and I didn't know that you could actually put one on one of these bridges.
Yeah, they actually, when I got this one, this was the first one that I got from Adam, I think. No, I take that back. My 5150 was. This was, I called Adam and I actually asked him, I said, hey, what can I put one on my Music Man? And he's like, oh, yeah, and I can't tell you what millimeter it is. I don't know, but...
Probably 37.
Probably, yeah, probably. But he told me, oh, yeah, no problem, and he sent me the right one, and I put it on, and went on, smooth as glass. And I definitely noticed a difference. I mean, these are great guitars anyways. But I noticed a little bit more sustain, and actually it took a little bit of the brightness out, made it a little bit more meaty sounding. Of course, you can tweak that with your amp, of course, no matter what. But I'm happy with it. I have a blue Eddie Van Halen quilt top Music Man right there too, and I have the original block in that one, and that also sounds pretty cool too. But I don't know. I can't remember. Did Eddie have a big block in his?
No.
He didn't?
No. But, you know what? I honestly, I can't answer that. I can't answer that 100% definite, but I don't think he did.
Did they even have those back then?
Yeah, they did.
I think the Japanese young guitar or guitar man Eddie Van Halen book, I have it in my bedroom somewhere. I have all of them, but I'm pretty sure now that you mention that, David, you're right. It doesn't. It's the original Music Man block.
I don't think he really put too much stock into those type of things at that time. I think whatever was on the guitar is what he used.
Yeah. Yep.
Like even with his 5150 guitar, he didn't put a brass block on that. On that Floyd Rose, it was a steel block, but it was the one that came on the guitar to begin with. It's not like it was anything special.
Yeah.
I didn't know they even had those things back then.
Yeah.
I almost want to say, hang on one second. I want to check something real quick. You guys keep talking. I got a picture of something I want to show you guys.
Okay.
Okay. Hey, we got a comment. Let's see. Mario says, "Hey guys, hey Mario,
What's happening, Mario?
how you doing, man?"
What's his comment?
It's "Hey guys." Although he just commented again on one of the pages. Let me see what he said there. Yeah, if you're watching this, if you have any questions, if you want to ask anybody anything, if you're watching this, leave a comment on the Facebook, wherever you see the video. Oh, he says, "Hey guys" on Facebook too. Hey again, Mario. Oh, he said something else. This is like virtual. Is this like virtual? Oh, doing good. Oh, he's doing good. He's enjoying the show. Awesome, man. Awesome. Hey, Mario, have you ever played one of these guitars? I know a lot of people haven't. You know, I've told that story about I went to I was playing mine at Guitar Center, and this guy walked by, and he was holding like an OLP or a Sterling AX something, and he saw mine, and he was just like, "Oh man." He's like, "That's the real thing. I can't believe it." And right before he was like passing out, I handed him the guitar, and he like came back to life. He's like, "Oh."
That's funny.
Oh man.
So this particular one isn't the first one that I've owned. Back, I guess it was in '91 or '92. I had a purple one. I was in love with the color purple at that time, and I had a purple quilt that had a problem at the first fret, the F note, the fret on the first string at the on the F. You couldn't make it. Didn't make a noise. It didn't make a noise. I guess the fret was up a little bit, and at that time I didn't know who to bring it to, or about fixing it. So I ended up selling it. What a dummy! But I sold it, and I've owned. Man, this is probably my 5th amber one. I owned a red one. I had a red quilt that was great. But the one that I let get away, that I owned for a while, but I sold for a lot of money, is the actual guitar that was in the centerfold of the Right Here, Right Now CD.
Really?
I saw that guitar. I saw that guitar in that.
Howie, come on.
In that on that.
He's flashing
record. And a buddy of mine worked at Sam Ash at the time. I'll tell the story real quick. So I said, Rob, my buddy Rob, I said, Rob, we gotta get this guitar, one this color. And it was like Gibson gold, like a gold top, Les Paul color. So he calls up Sterling, and they're talking for a minute, and Rob says, so, I've got a customer who wants this, he saw this guitar, Eddie's holding it in the cover, and it's a gold Music Man Van Halen, and they said, well, it's not coming out yet, but hang on a second. So he screams to someone in the back and says, hey, we still have that guitar laying around, blah, blah, blah. And the guy was like, yeah. He says, well, he gets back on the phone and says, well, ask your buddy if he wants the one that was in that video shoot.
Damn.
And I said, yeah. So I had gotten that guitar, and I held onto it for a long time and sold it to a Japanese guy for a lot of money.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's funny. You mentioned a little while ago. You said that purple was your favorite, one of your favorite colors at one time. It's kind of funny. I had a purple one at one time. It was an original EVH too. It wasn't an Axis EX or anything like that. And I sold it, and I ended up, buying some different ones throughout the years and everything. And I always wished I had it back, and I ended up with, I have that amber one, then I have this blue one, and I really love the blue one as well. It's an original.
Yeah.
And everything. I love this blue one, and it's an absolutely amazing shape. This is an 879 serial number, so this one is a 90. I think this is a 90. No, I'm sorry. My amber one is a 93. This blue one is a 95. I got it mixed up. So mine is a 93. This is a 95. But as much as I love this one, I've been looking for someone to trade this with for a purple one because I missed the purple.
Wow.
This it doesn't have a lot of fading. I know the Music Man guitars the EVHs had that issue with fading.
Yeah.
And, this one, honestly, I'm looking at it now, and it kind of has a somewhat of a greenish tinge to it. It's hard to see in that light. I don't know if you guys can tell. It's got an amazing quilt on it. But this one's also in immaculate shape, no buckle rash or anything. Not as much bird's eye on the neck, but I've always kind of missed that purple color on those guitars, and I've owned purple Wolfgangs, and I don't know. One of these days I'm gonna get a purple Ernie ball again. But all the purple ones you see on eBay, the tops look like shit.
They've either all faded to like red or they're really dark.
Yeah, and I just I'm not gonna get rid of that blue one unless I can find a purple one in the same condition, because that blue one is just, like amazing.
The purple one that I had looked exactly like the same color as Ed's double neck.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll tell you what, though, the Music Mans, they're good guitars. You can't take them away from them. Not at all. They play nice with the necks.
I can't believe you guys have had several. I've only had this one. All these years.
Yeah, and look how famous you are.
I can't even imagine having two of them. Because mine, has this earthquake damage, this little like dent in the neck. Look at the color. Are your guys' necks like discolored this badly? Look at that. The neck was originally the same color as that headstock.
Yeah.
Well, I don't.
Mine's not really that much. I don't know.
Yeah. See, look at his. Yeah. Originally, it was the same.
Yeah. Well, you played the hell out of that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Johnny, that's like the only guitar you owned for like years and years, right?
Well, not the only guitar, but it was my main guitar for a lot of years.
That's the same thing with Ed's when he used his yellow one. I'll tell you another quick story. My friend Andy Aladort, you guys might know Andy Aladort. He's one of the head editors of Guitar World magazine. Mm-hmm. So he goes to 5150 there, I guess, during the balance record when that was coming out.
Love that album.
And he's sitting in the control room, and they're about to interview Ed, and Ed's in the other room doing something, fixing something, and there's a row of 15 on guitar stands, a row of 15 of these. And Matt Bruck is in the room, and a couple other people, and while they're waiting for Ed, Andy's checking each one out like for 10 seconds on each one, picks up everyone. And in the middle of the pile is the main yellow one. So he picks that one up, and he strums like one chord, and it was like the guitar was alive. Like they were all great, and they were all set up really well, and they were all great guitars. But when he picked this one up, he goes to Matt Bruck. He's like, well, what's the deal with this guitar? And Matt says, well, that's the one. That's the one Eddie's played for the last 4 years and not touched any of the other ones. Every bead of sweat is in that guitar.
That is awesome.
And he said it was like a religious experience playing that guitar because it was like the guitar was alive. It was
that's insane.
Yeah. And he had no idea that it was Ed's main guitar. He's not, he likes Eddie Van Halen, but he's not like a freak like we are. He didn't know the difference. he would be able to tell which one is the Frankenstein, you know, if that was in the room. But other than that guitar, he wouldn't know what the difference between any of them were.
Yeah.
My buddy's a Strat player. He plays Strats and just pretty much Strats.
Right.
But you know, he picked this guitar up and he was like, what's going on with this guitar? Why is this guitar way different than every other one?
Yeah.
And
Cool.
and that was it.
That's cool.
And every time I tell that story, the hair on my arm just stands up. It's crazy.
There's no doubt about it. They have the guitars like that have life. You know, a friend of mine got to meet Van Halen in '98 in the Sharon era. And when he was out at 5150, I forget the deal how he met him, but he actually flew out there or whatever, and Matt Bruck set him up. And he got to go to 5150, and he got to actually hold and play Ed's tobacco quilt PV Wolfgang. And this guy was a guitar player too, and he said, you know, he never got a chance to play this guitar, you know, Ed's guitar, but he said that guitar also was just like none other Wolfgang the guy had ever played.
I've got the same exact story.
Yeah.
Also in '98, and I'm working at Manny's Music, and this is when I got to hang out with Ed and the band. For the whole week they were in town, and
awesome.
we were in his hotel room, and I got to play the purple one.
Oh yeah.
That guitar was different than every at the time I owned like 4 or 5 PV Wolfgangs.
Yeah.
And when I told Eddie, I said, so what's the deal with this guitar? Why is it different than every other one that I own? He says it's impossible. It can't be. So the next day I brought 2 of mine in for him to autograph. He wound up autographing one, but he felt the difference between his and the ones that I had, and he was like, that's crazy. He was pissed.
Yeah.
He said they should all feel exactly like his. And of course not, because his are, you know, his are made for him. They make, you know, all his guitars are made particularly for him. So
you know, the thing is, I mean, I don't care what your QA is, your quality control, your quality assurance program is, if you're ISO 9000, whatever it is. I've dealt with all those companies, and I've dealt with, not with the guitar companies, but I've dealt with those programs. I've been a QA inspector over the years when I worked in the nuclear industry, and I'll tell you what, when it comes to guitars and stuff, you can have the same specs, same wood, same everything, and you can make them exactly the same, set them up exactly the same way, but there is going to be a slight difference. And it always made me laugh, you know, when Ed was like, every guitar should be exactly the same. You know, I mean, I feel bad for the guys on the line, you know, the people that he gives the most heat to.
Yeah.
You can make them the same, and you can make them all be awesome. Like these guitars, they're all great. They're all amazing. The PV Wolfgang, same thing. And in the EVH guitars, those are cool too, no doubt. But there's going to be difference, and I still say, I don't care what anybody says, you play a guitar enough for long enough, and it just becomes, it's like my 5150 over there. The neck on that thing is like none other, you know? It just has that feel. It feels different. I've had people play that guitar of mine, the 5150, and like, damn, this neck is just like amazing. It just plays itself. You don't even have to do anything to it.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's kind of cool you're talking about, you know, during the Balance tour, you know, when that guy was out there and he was checking out those Music Man guitars, and I still loved hearing when the Balance record came out, that first opening chord of 7th Seal off the Music Man, you know? You know, I mean, I just love that opening.
Don't play any more of that song. We'll have to pay for it.
I know, yeah. I mean, that's just such an awesome, you know, I mean. I haven't played it so long, but I mean, the sound that album got, you know, I mean, whether you like that heavily processed sound or not, I was always a fan of the early Van Halen sound, but I also really love the, you know, the fuck balance sound. I mean, it was just, it was heavily processed, had the detune on it, you know, the harmonization and all that. It was just this massive, majestic, like, huge freaking sound, and he's never had that sound since, you know?
Yeah.
I would say this last tour kind of came kind of close to it, but I would love to.
There was no chorus. There was no chorus this year. It was just very heavily distorted.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, I would love to hear him play like, Seventh Seal or Don't Tell Me or Amsterdam. I mean, I don't want to hear it like it sounded on the '04 tour. I mean, that sounded like ass, on that tour. I mean, it sounded horrible. But I mean, to hear it played to hear Eddie play those songs now, I'm sure he would just friggin' make them as magical as they were back in those days.
Yeah, he's practicing again.
Oh, yeah.
He's sober and he's practicing. He's amazing.
Yeah, he's phenomenal. I mean, like I said, I've always said it since the summer when I saw him. I was just like, wow, this is the older brother of Eddie in the Balance tour. Looks just like the older brother.
Yeah.
But
I was gonna say something.
Go ahead.
Hey, I'm awake. Sorry, I'm texting. Oh yeah, we got some comments though.
Let's hear them.
We got more comments from Mario here. But no, I was gonna say something.
Oh, Mario, he's the dude that posts like 9 million things to all Eddie Van Halen all day. My phone's blowing up because Mario's posting all day long.
I don't know. Well, he's watching this.
That's awesome though. He's got some cool stuff. I love reading his stuff.
If you want to say hey to Mario, he's watching.
Hey to Mario.
Let's see. I'll read his comments and then I'll say what I was gonna say. But I'll probably forget. So I was gonna say something. You're talking about the balance sound and all that stuff. I don't know if you ever heard. There's actually a recording. There's actually a soundboard recording of them. You were talking about that show earlier. One of the secret gig. They did those promo shows before they did the tour.
Yeah.
Right. There's actually a soundboard recording, and it's like, I don't know, 5, 7, 8, 10 minutes long. I forget. Where they're playing, it's just a sound check recording, but Eddie's playing. They're playing Amsterdam.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. Amsterdam, and he actually plays like the riff to what's that song? Fair Warning. It's in drop D.
Center Swing?
Center Swing. Yeah, he actually plays the riff to that. And this is in '95, and he says to the sound guy or whatever that he has 2 different guitars, and to let him know which one sounds better. He's like, he has a main guitar, then he has another one. So it would have been one of these, and it would have been like was it purple? Was it a purple one?
Yeah, he used the purple one during that show.
Okay, then maybe that's the one he settled on. But yeah. So anyway, I guess I don't know why I'm saying that, but it relates to this conversation.
Yeah, sure. Good too. That's a good.
Yeah.
I've heard that song forever. Something like that. I don't know.
Well, hey, Mario's talking. Hey, a few people are talking here. Yeah, and again, if any of you guys are actually looking at this, we're actually live. We're actually sitting here right now. There's 3 guys in 3 different states. One guy's in California. One guy's in New York. And where are you from, Rob? Arizona?
Boston.
The Neverland. No, Massachusetts.
And there's a guy in Massachusetts, and we're all holding the same guitar at the same time. Is that amazing or what?
Hey, say hello to Katie Hughes, by the way.
Hey,
Katie Hughes. Hi.
Hi, Katie.
I think she commented.
Yes, she said hi, Johnny. Hi, Dave.
Okay, hey.
I don't think she knows you, Rob, but say hello anyway.
How's it going, Katie?
Hey, so Mario says he has not played one of these things. Seems like not a lot of people have.
You don't know what you're missing.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of had to either get one way back in the day, or you had to be lucky to get one because they don't make them. He hopes to get one day. Mario also says he has an EVH Wolfgang Mexican burnt cherry.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Those are great.
Yeah, I just bought one.
The burnt cherry?
Oh, I'm sorry. I bought the tobacco Mexican one.
Mm-hmm.
The tobacco one?
Yeah, and I just sent it off to my guitar tech, and it's having a red arcade EVH kill switch put in it.
Nice.
I'm having the toggle switch switched around because it's backwards from the normal EVH guitars. And having the tone knob disabled because tone knobs are stupid. Nobody ever uses them. I still don't know why Eddie ever went to a damn tone knob. He never uses the things.
I tell you why, because if he didn't, the PV would never have happened. That was a deal.
Hartley
What is this, though?
would not let him. Hartley would not let him not put the tone knob on.
What does that say?
It says tone.
It's a tone knob.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, you turn it.
It's the
you know?
tone volume. You want
Well,
to turn,
you know.
you want more tone, turn it up.
Well, you know, it's like when you yell at your kids, you don't say, "Don't speak to me in that kind of volume. Don't speak to me in that tone." You know, of course, it's exactly the same way.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah. So hey, so Mario also says, "Yes, that's me."
We're probably talking about
That's right.
the comment that I made about all the posts.
Oh, okay, yeah. Mario also says, question: out of all the EVH guitars, maybe we can each answer this. Which one is your favorite and why? So I guess he's talking about maybe all the signature models, the Music Mans, the PVs, the EVHs.
Go ahead, Johnny. You go first.
Maybe even the Kramers. Maybe. What was the question? I'm the one sitting here looking at it, and I forgot it. Out of all the, you know why that is? Because I'm getting so hot. I'm out here in California where it's like 80 degrees, and I'm the one sitting here looking like I'm sitting in the snow.
Yeah, it's snowing here in New York right now, actually.
We've had the mildest winters we've ever had here. It's February 4th, and it's 45 degrees here. We have no snow at all. It's been a crazy-ass year. And I'm loving it because I hate the snow.
What is it here? Where I am right now, it is 55. Partly cloudy, 55.
Wow.
All right, let me see. So what did he say? So what's your favorite EVH guitar? For me, I mean, for a lot of years, it was this thing. I mean, you know, since I've had this since '92, so this was, you know, I played this thing forever for, you know, so many years or whatever. And see, it's got nicks. See, look at that. It's got dents, nicks, everything in it. I mean, it's just beat up, you know.
Yeah.
This was, yeah. I mean, I've always preferred this over the PV because of the neck. You know, no matter what anybody says, you know, or whatever, the PV Wolfgang and the EVH Music Man, the necks are totally different. They're not the same at all. You know,
I agree.
which is very surprising. You know, because the Wolfgang was the next evolution of this guitar. You know, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was just, you know, it's just I'm getting so hot. I need to take this jacket off. Ugh. But yeah. So the PV was, you know, the next step. Although one thing I always thought that'd be really cool was the PV body with this neck.
Yeah.
You know, I always thought that would be a really cool guitar, and I'm sure he has them. I'm sure he's done that. You know, he has probably, you know, he's switched everything up. You know, like with the original Frankenstein guitar. You know, that thing has had so many different necks on it, so many different whatevers. It's always changing.
Yep.
You know, it's still changing. Maybe not the original one, but the replicas that he has, he has different configurations of different, you know, different stuff. But so what? So what's my favorite? It was this for a lot of years. But actually, I really do like the new line of guitars, the new EVH GEAR stuff. Even though I don't own, the only one I have is the Chinese Special, which is just a parts guitar. What happened was my friend, this guy named Chip Ellis, the guy who designed those guitars, he gave me these pickups. He gave me a set of these pickups, and I needed something to throw them in. So I basically just got a body and a neck, threw it together, you know, and it's great. Even though it's the budget.
Johnny, it's right behind you. You dropped
You know?
it. Johnny, you dropped it right behind you.
Huh?
You dropped something right behind you. It's
I
right
did?
behind you. You know that name? That name you just dropped?
Uh-huh.
It's right behind you.
Oh, okay. Okay. But hey, anyway.
Sorry.
I'm not dropping names. No, that's true. It's
I'm
the truth.
just kidding.
It's
Relax.
the truth. No. We took a selfie at NAMM. Look on my page; it's on there. No, anyway, he gave me these pickups. I threw them in a guitar because I wanted them in, what they would have been in or whatever. So I just got, the budget thing, and it's great, even for what it is. It's great. But I did hold the new USA version, whatever the brand new one is. The relic. There's the relic they're making, the one that he made. There's a regular version of it. It's white.
Right. Yeah.
I held. There's a photo of me. I held it, and I actually I didn't plug it in. I didn't plug it in, but I actually played on it, and the thing was just incredible.
Yeah.
Just amazing. That's definitely the next. It's the next step. I think what they did. I mean, in my opinion, they made these things. Leaped over the PVs and then made those things.
Yeah.
To me anyway.
Yeah.
That's my story, and I'm getting hot. I'm gonna take this jacket off.
I agree with you. I love my stealth, the black stealth one. It's it's great. I can only imagine how good that white one was.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I guess I would say, I mean, I agree with Johnny and Dave. I think my Stealth, which is now the 2015, white guitar, I made it, I replicated that. I guess I reliced it and everything. I love the EVH guitars. I would say for the signature guitars, I still bounce back and forth. I really do. Some days for me it's the Music Man just because of the neck. But, I mean, there's something about this body shape I think is just beautiful. It's kind of like a cross between a Telecaster, a Strat, and a Les Paul. I don't know, something about this guitar. I guess if I had to choose my favorite signature guitar, if I had to, it would definitely be this guitar. But like I said, honestly, I would say probably a close second would be with the new EVH line. This is my 2015 Relic guitar, and these things also play amazing. And this one's a special. It's not a USA model, but as far as the striped guitars, for me it was the 5150, man. The 5150 to me was everything. I mean, that guitar still to this day is my absolute favorite Van Halen guitar ever. The Kramer 5150 is what got me into Van Halen. And it was the first guitar I ever wanted to build, even before the Frankenstrat. Something about that guitar, man, I just love it. Just checking out Live Without a Net again the other day, and I was got up in the morning, I was working out, and I threw in Live Without a Net. Something about that guitar, and as it aged, I loved it even more. As the more the paint wore off, the more I loved it. The more the neck got dirty, when the headstock broke and he put the 7th tuning peg on. I mean, that guitar just took on a life of its own to me. And it's kind of ironic because my 5150 over there is it's probably my favorite guitar I own too. It's that neck I was telling you about, Dave. The neck plays amazing,
Yeah, I feel the same about mine. It's definitely it's a toss-up between my Frankenstein and that one as far as feel and sound.
Yeah.
But, that guitar is super special. It's funny. Everyone that builds a 5150 decides that that's their favorite one. And I don't know what it is about it because, you guys saw the wall that I have behind me of all these guitars, and they're mostly all the same exact body and neck. They're
right.
Musicraft poplar bodies, and it's the same neck.
Yeah.
But for some strange reason, when you make the the 5150 graphic and you do all the stuff that's on the original 5150, that ends up. I mean, that's the best guitar. That's one of the best guitars I own. I think it is the best guitar
Yeah.
I own. It's you know, I guess depending on the day, but every time I pick that guitar up, I'm like, why don't I play this guitar every day, all day?
I know.
I don't understand.
So what do you think about it on like Tuesdays?
What's today?
You said depending on the day.
Thursday. Today's Thursday.
Today's Thursday. What do you think about today? Oh,
you know what I thought? I thought Tuesday. I thought my Gretsch was the best guitar I own.
So Dave, there's something I forgot to show you the last time, because this little thing was hiding, and I've been wanting to show you this ever since.
Oh, is that a Dave Peschlet?
It's kind of like one. So
is that a Lotus?
It's a little tiny Lotus guitar.
Yeah.
So about 3 years ago, the one guitar that I always wanted to do was the little mini Les Paul, you know, to do little guitars. And I'm like, what am I going to do? How am I going to get this thing? And I've looked at the travel guitars and all that, and I'm like, yeah, they're close, whatever. So I'm on eBay one day about 2 years ago, and I don't have a picture of it right now. I have it saved on my phone. I see this guitar. It didn't look anything like this. It didn't have a pick guard. It had different pups in it, whatever. It had 4 knobs, not just 2. It didn't have the block inlays or anything like that. It's a little Lotus guitar, and I'm like, wow, that thing looks cool as hell. I'm like, that's probably the closest I'm going to get. So I bought this thing for like, I think it was like some insane number, like $65. Okay? $65 I buy this thing. So I get it in, and I'm like, wow, this is like the perfect size. This thing is just, you know, I mean, I don't know how big Ed's is, but it's a 3/4 neck, you know, whatever. It's real fat and everything. I'm like, this is a cool little guitar. So I actually got some plastic. I had an old Strat pickguard downstairs, so I cut the pickguard out myself. Made this little piece of metal angle piece here. Took the toe knob, the two of the knobs off, filled them in with these little wooden bungs. Brought it to my guitar guy, had him wire it. Put the little, you know, this little mini strap hooks in. Put 2 different soapbox pickups in. I forget what they are. And I got these fret inlay stickers from Japan for like $12. Put them on. They've been on for like 2 years. They work perfect. They look the part. They look great. They haven't worn off or anything. And I put a little Van Halen sticker on the top, which is a little bit bigger than Eddie's was. And other than that, basically, this is about as close, I guess, as you can get, and it's nothing more than like a $65 Lotus guitar.
Junior guitar.
It's not tuned up or anything, but I mean, it's not even close to being tuned. But it does a hell of a job on little guitars. It really does. So
that's cool.
Kind of a cool, tiny little thing. You know?
You know, Dave Peschlet still makes guitars. If you wanted to buy one from him, you can.
Is that right?
Yep.
That's
hey,
cool.
Sorry to interrupt. I have to go tuck my chickens in.
I actually got to run too because I got to get up in about 7 hours because I have to.
Okay. I guess we can end it. Well, hey, Chris Hubbard is watching. He says, "Rock on."
Hey, Chris.
What's up, Chris?
What else? I don't know. There's somebody looking at this.
So the last thing I'd like to say is it a fair statement to say that the 3 of us, our favorite Eddie guitar would be the 5150?
As I hold these 2 up, I'd probably say yes.
All right, me too.
Oh, look, there's me holding that white guitar I was talking about.
Oh yeah, there
the brand new USA Wolfgang. That's the new one.
And by the way, good job on dirtying up between the pickup and the neck. I like that.
Oh yeah, I don't know if you can see it. You can't.
Yeah, I can see it right there.
Yeah, it's real dark. I tell you what, Dave, you were 100% right, man. Graphite and a little bit of water, and yeah, I mean it came out pretty cool. It's hard to tell, but
no, it looks just like all that pick dirt. You know, that's from all those years.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
Mario says, "Night, guys. Thanks. Looking forward to the next show."
Cool.
So I guess
Awesome.
people consider this. Oh, hey, Howie's sneezing.
Hey, the next time we do, I'm going to have my dog here too. I'm going to introduce Howie to Grogan, my dog.
People consider this a show. to me, I just consider it as just jumping online, yakking or whatever. But I guess people actually watch this and they consider it something cool. So
Yeah.
we
So
we
let's
really
keep doing it.
oh, am I loud? We really appreciate that. I mean, it's really cool that people dig, watching this stuff and
Absolutely.
talking about this stuff and yeah, if anybody, if you're watching this, if you want to join in, you have to have a Google Plus account. But make one of those. It's easy. It's free. You have to have either a camera on your computer or just one of these things. It works on this. And feel free to join in and talk about this stuff.
I can honestly say that, I mean, being a Van Halen fan for all these years and having guys like Dave and Johnny and, all the other guys, Hef and, I mean, there's just, the list goes on and on and on over the years of people that I've been fortunate enough to be able to talk with and hang out with. Today's technology is really cool because, like Johnny said a little while ago, we're literally, thousands of miles away. Look at Howie.
Howie. He's getting mad. Oh, I know what he wants. He wants his dinner.
But it's so cool to be able to hang out with you guys and talk Van Halen guitars because, not a lot of people around me here. I mean, nobody around me here where I am in Massachusetts is into Van Halen like I am.
No, they're all into extreme.
Yeah.
What's wrong with these people?
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Nutcase. But, it's great hanging out with you guys, and I really look forward to doing this, and I hope we can do a whole bunch more because this literally is the highlight of my day. And anybody that likes watching this stuff and watching our videos, hey, thanks for watching, guys. And we just love hanging out and talking Van Halen. I know I do, and it's a pleasure talking to you guys. It really is.
Same here. Same here.
Yeah.
If anyone has any questions or any comments, you guys can leave comments on any of the three of ours Facebook pages or on YouTube, and we'll be happy to answer any questions. So,
yep. I don't put a lot of.
Thanks to everyone that's watching. Thanks to Rob and thanks to Johnny, and we'll see you on the next one.
Absolutely.
Yeah, go ahead. Subscribe to everybody. I'll put everybody's links down below. Nesdal's channel, Rob Johnson's channel. My channel is, I guess, right here. Howie's. This is Howie's channel. Really.
Howie's channel.
Believe it or not, the reason I made a YouTube was to put videos of Howie online. So this is actually Howie's channel. It really is. It really is. But yeah, I'll put everybody's links below. Subscribe to everybody. Share the love. And yeah. What was I gonna say? I think Mario says goodbye.
Good night, Mario.
But yeah. Anyway, yeah. We'll do this again. We'll get some other cats in here too, like Broadbent and Tommy Harris Jr. Whoever wants
Sounds
to jump in. All right. Hey, so I'm gonna end this. Don't hang up, you guys. I'll talk to you guys after we go off air. So hey, this is JohnnyBeane.com, David Nesdal, Rob Johnson, Howie the Dalmatian. He wants his dinner.
Rock on, guys. Rock on. Thanks for watching.
And yeah, we'll see you guys again. All right. Bye.
Later.